So what were your favourite subjects at school?
I had two main favourite subjects.
Mm-hmm.
One sort of a pet hate now because of sixth form.
Right.
My first favourite was history, mainly because of the teacher himself.
Uh-huh.
He left just before I left.
Oh.
It was a real down. We had like a nice little party. He was a very nice historian. He was you know the classic default look of a historian, the old man.
Yeah.
He was nothing like that. He was the opposite. He was the best. He viewed the reason he thought the reason people didn't like history was because it was just people viewed it as boring and dragging on and on
Yeah.
and on. But a few years he decided to offer a little bit of a change, and this is what led to him being the head of history at the school as a whole. One day a week, the teachers would sort of history,
Uh-huh.
and there were only two at the time. So,
Okay.
of course, he's not the head of a lot. But
Yeah. You're still head.
yeah. What they did was they would one day, because the two were very close, the two teachers, not romantically close, but
Good friends.
very good friends.
Yeah.
They've been together well, not together, but they've been
Working
working together
together,
for
yeah.
about 10 years before I even arrived. So
Oh.
it's
A long time,
about
yeah.
17, 16 years.
Yeah.
A long time to be a history teacher. He even said so when he was leaving. But he sort of arranged one day a week during one of the history lessons they would bring in cake and sweets.
Okay.
So that one day a week they would be doing history while eating and enjoying it. And it was during one of these lessons that, during these lessons as a whole, he would tackle the bits that people usually found annoying. Or the
Right.
part that they started sort of not failing at, but sort of found harder to understand. You tell on and on dates, times,
Yeah.
and near the end of the terms, he would do a sum up chapter or a
Oh.
sum up day,
Yeah.
and it would be on these days because he found that when people were doing things on those days, that they would remember and learn more. My sort of pet hate one, it was my favourite. I did love it, but I did it at A level, and it just drove me insane because it was just such a large leap.
Uh-huh.
Was physics.
Right.
My Irish teacher, the Irish headmaster, decided to separate the three.
Yeah.
So you would do all three separate instead of as a whole. So you wouldn't learn them from one
Yeah.
teacher, you would learn them from three different teachers throughout the year.
Oh, okay.
So we had a separate one for each one.
Yeah.
Biology was my hate. I hate biology. A bit weird because I was the best at it. I hated it, but I was the
so
best
good
at
at
it.
it,
I
yeah.
think I just found it easier to learn. But chemistry was sort of the middle ground. I wasn't good at it, nor was I terrible at it.
Uh-huh.
I just had trouble learning some of the bits in it.
Okay.
Physics, I loved. I just loved the idea of learning the ways things work, they held together, how the world's made. But
Stuff.
the problem was with it that it was really nice and easy during the first few years. Nice for you, they gave you the easy set, all the questions would have the bits you needed. You
Yeah.
could just throw them together and you find the answers, and it was very interesting learning.
Yeah.
Like the forces and the ideas of constant momentum and all that, which I still remember. It's weird. But then when I decided to take it for A level, its level sort of jumped up like several ladders.
Right.
It
Threw you into the deep end.
yeah, it was like someone dug the deep end deeper, drained the water,
And then threw you in.
and then just threw you in. We started the first A level year as discussing the fact that the first lesson, the first words in the lesson, I remember it was, "We lied to you." There are no, I think it was particular about one of the laws of Newton
Uh-huh.
and how there are maybe, I think one of them didn't count. It was that one of them was wrong.
Oh.
So when they stated during the first day that this is wrong, I had an instant, oh god, what's going on? So yeah,
Right.
I still enjoy physics. I still keep
Yeah.
all the books around and all. I look it up every so often, but it's not as
Yeah.
nice as it was when I was doing history.
Okay. So you said your sciences were all split into three, and you had separate teachers for each. Do you
Yeah.
think that affected like how you liked them? Do you think if you had the same teacher for each one, you'd have liked it better, or?
I don't think so, because, like I said, physics was my favourite,
Yeah.
but it was taught to me by my least favourite teacher.
Ah, okay. So.
And biology, I did well at. I didn't like, but it was taught by a teacher I was okay with. It was an okay. But the chemistry, which I stated was.
Yeah.
It wasn't hateable, it was just average. It was taught to my favourite teacher. He had a pet axolotl.
Wow.
I don't know if you know what an axolotl is. It's basically the Wolverine or
Yeah.
Deadpool of the fish world, and it was awesome. We got to feed it every day and all that.
Okay.
It's still there. It still lives.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, I don't feel that the teacher actually had an impact on my history.
Yeah.
But it may have affected actually if they were taught by the same teacher.
Because mine, they were all taught by the same. Like physics, biology, and chemistry were all separate, but I had the same teacher for each. So that made it easier for me because I didn't have to learn new teachers and like their methods,
Yeah.
which helped. You sort of answered this question. Your opinion of your secondary school, very strict.
It was
Not-
very, very strict. But like at the beginning, when it became strict, everyone understood why it was strict. We were like, well, all the good students,
Yeah.
all the ones that were there to learn, to actually want to learn. They
Yeah.
understood. They knew they had to do this
Yeah.
because otherwise it
They
was
knew it was
terrible.
necessary. for
Like
the
when it was
great good of
Christchurch,
them.
there was bullying. It was ridiculous. But when it changed, the bullying was gone. Like I believe at one point there was this student trying to bully me after the change,
Uh-huh.
but it wasn't very rough bullying, just like name calling stuff like that, which
Yeah.
I handled. I'm not very emotional when
Yeah.
it comes to that. But the head teacher himself had walked in on it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and he was not having any of it that day. He literally told the kid to grab his stuff and walk off the campus. He was said, out now,
Wow.
and don't bother coming back.
Okay.
Yep,
One way to handle bullying.
he
Get
was
rid
not
of him.
having any of it, and from that moment on, everyone realised it was
Yeah.
definite. You're not getting away with what was going on.
Everyone got the memo. And
Yeah.
was like, okay, we have to change this.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so, why did you choose this course?
This course in particular,
Yes.
games development.
Yes,
Um,
games.
I've always been interested in games, especially how they've been put together. I'm a big fan of games with story development, particularly. I do love a good story.
Mhm.
But I also love open world and choice in games, which is why Bioshock is one of my favourite games.
Uh-huh.
Because at the time it was a very choice-driven game, or it seemed to be a choice-driven
Yeah.
game. If you look back at it now, you realise there was no choice in the game. And it had great stories, and I just loved the idea of stories in games, and wanted to learn more about the group as a whole. Just wanted to see
Yeah.
what would driven the game course.
Okay. So you came here to learn about the story and how you can...
The story is how I could learn to be a better person. Well, story-wise, I'm rubbish with my language.
Right. But, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so... Right, so what was your final major project for last year?
Last year, my final major project was I decided to sort of create a character bible and a set of 3 scripts. One from the beginning, one from the middle, and one from the end of the game.
Ah, okay.
I dubbed them the opening sort of scene, so the opening cinematic during the game. So